It's time for bed, but Peppa and George are absolutely, definitely not even a little bit tired. A bedtime story from Granny Pig, Grandpa Pig, Daddy Pig, and Mommy Pig should send them to bed, shall we? Good night, Peppa. Once upon a time, Granny and Grandpa Pig came around for dinner. It was almost time for Peppa and George go to bed. Yum, yum, Daddy Pig, very loudly while they were eating. Everyone giggled. Ho ho, sorry, snored Daddy Pig. I am a little bit tired. Peppa and George weren't tired at all. Can we jump in puddle for just a tiny bit? Asked Peppa. Please. Okay, said Daddy Pig, but you must come in a bad time. Peppa and George loved jumping in muddy puddles. They jumped up and down until they were covered in mud. Peppa, George, called Daddy Pig, you must be feeling sleepy after all that jumping. Let's get you out of bed. But Daddy, we are not even a little bit tired, replied Peppa. Peppa and George splashed in the bath until they were both nice and clean. Splash, splash, splash. I think bath time is over, says Daddy Pig, dripping wet. You must be tired after all that splashing. We're not even a little bit tired, cried Peppa, splashing Daddy Pig again. Laughed George. Daddy Pig was all wet. Peppa and George hop out of the bath. They dry off and put their pajamas on very slowly. They brush their teeth for an extra long time. Brush, brush, brush. Quick, wash your face. Granny Pig wants to tuck you into bed, said Mommy Pig. Yippee, cheered Peppa. Cheered George. Peppa and George were finally ready for bed. They say goodbye to Mommy and Daddy Pig and found Granny Pig in the room. Come on, little one, says Granny Pig. It's bedtime. Hop in. I can't go to bed without Teddy, said Peppa. Dinosaurs, sobbed George. So Granny Pig found Teddy and Mr. Dinosaur took everyone in. Good night, Peppa and Teddy. Good night, Mr. Dinosaur. We were not even the tiny bit tired, says Peppa. I see, said Granny Pig. I wonder what will make you sleepy. Can you tell us a bedtime story, asked Peppa? Of course, Peppa, replied Granny Pig, as long as you promise to go to sleep as soon as the story ends. We promise, cried Peppa. Peppa and George love bedtime stories. Granny Pig began telling a story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful prince called Peppa, interrupted Peppa. Yes, says Granny Pig, and... Sir George, the brave knight, Peppa interrupted again. Pickled George. Granny Pig carry on. Princess Peppa and Sir George living in a castle. A great big castle in the sky, says Peppa. Granny Pig tried to finish the story. Princess Peppa and Sir George had been playing all day in the castle and were very tired. Then the king arrived, cheered Peppa, and a cook and a wizard and a scary dragon dinosaur. Dinosaur, George. Urgh. And the cook made them a giant picnic with sandwich, cakes, and jelly. Grandpa Pig came to find Granny Pig. I'm telling Peppa and George a bedtime story, explained Granny Pig, and we promised to go to sleep when the story ends, added Peppa. I see, said Grandpa Pig. Granny Pig, why don't you leave this to me? I am good at ending stories. So Granny Pig said good night and went downstairs. Grandpa Pig trying to finish the story. After their lovely picnic, everyone fell asleep. The end. But Peppa was not tired. Then they all wake up and their friends arrived, and they went for a ride in Princess Peppa carriage and decided to have a big party. Soon, Daddy Pig came around. I am the expert of telling bedtime stories, he said. Then he whispered quietly to Grandpa Pig. I will have them sleep in no time. So Grandpa Pig said goodnight and went downstairs. Princess Peppa and Sir George were just about to have a great big party, Peppa told Daddy Pig. I see, he replied. Bam, 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 Mommy Pig head banging, so he came upstairs too. Peppa, George, and Daddy Pig were dancing. We are having a party like in the story, explained Peppa. They are almost asleep, said Daddy Pig. Thank you, Daddy, says Mommy Pig. I will take over now. So Daddy Pig said goodnight and went downstairs. Mommy Pig took Peppa and George back into bed. Then she asked Peppa to tell her the whole bedtime story from the beginning very quietly. Once upon a time, whispered Peppa, yawning, there was a beautiful princess called Peppa. She lived with Sir George, the brave knight. Oh. Speaking really was making Peppa feel sleepy. Peppa tried to finish the story, but she just couldn't keep her eyes open. Soon George fell fast asleep, and so did Peppa. Mommy Pig looked at her two little ones, smiled and whispered, "Good night, George. Good night, Peppa." Then she headed downstairs and found Granny Pig, Grandpa Pig, and Daddy Pig. They were all fast asleep. It was bedtime for Peppa and George, and it was bedtime for everyone else too. "Good night," says Mommy Pig.